Welcome to this week's edition of the Dakota Angler 2-Minute Fishing Report. Well, to say the least, Mother Nature is really cooperating and giving us plenty of cold air around the area, and we're just continuing to add more and more inches of ice out there. A lot of reports up north of 16 to 18 inches of ice. We're going to be pushing 20 inches of ice by this weekend in some locations. Now, some of you have heard, or maybe all of you have heard of a few instances of people falling through or driving through up on Bitter. Again, this time of year, it's not unheard of people driving over heaves, and both of the incidents occurred at night. So that's why we always advise people, go out during the day, avoid the heaves, and just make sure you know where you're going, that you're familiar with the lake. Because honestly, this year's ice is very good out there, but you will never ever hear me say there's no such thing as safe ice. Always use caution and make sure you're familiar with the surroundings and go out during the day and set up at that point in time and then move or come off the lake during the daylight hours as well. As far as the fish bite is concerned around the area, a lot of action up in the north, to say the least. A lot of people were on Bitter and Walleye Bay. Those were probably the two hottest lakes. A lot of fish being caught up at Bitter, a lot of 12 to 14 inch walleyes, and plenty of them. So if you're looking for a great place to take a family to walleye fish, Bitter would be the place to go. Besides those two lakes, other lakes included Opitz, 3-Buck, Reed, Dry Lake by Clark, as well as Florence. A few being caught at Indian Springs, Casey Slough, also Big Stone, and then also Christopherson Slough, which is just south of Indian Springs. Down in the southeastern part of the state, the lakes that produce walleyes included Dry Lake by Willow Lake, then also Thompson, Ponset, Whitewood, Oak, Sinai, 81 ponds, a few being caught there, as well as Madison. And again, remember the trouble spots on Madison. And then also Twin, which is the trophy lake. And remember, the walleyes have to be 28 inches or larger to keep on Twin. Now, what have guys been using? Now, this time of year, and we've heard me talk about it, buckshot spoons, the Lindy rattling flyer spoons. A little bit more of attraction, a little bit more of noise has worked out well, and everyone's familiar with them. Some of the other ones that have worked this past week included the buckshot coffin spoon from Northland. A lot of people have heard you've been using this, the smaller ones for perch. These are also great, the large ones for the walleye. Also, a lot of people are using the Rapala ultralights. It's not a new bait, but they have some new colors out there, and this is one of them. This is a head spin. It's been working quite well, again, across the area. A little bit more of let's say a type of presentation for the aggressive type of bait. Maybe you can bring them in there and then they'll hit a dead stick. And a lot of times these walleyes are also hitting tip-ups, so keep that in mind. And with the tip-ups, the Northland 4-inch minnow spoons, minnow jigs I should say, have been working fantastic. But any vertical jig will work out well. Now, as far as the perch bite is concerned around the area, again, the lakes that produced perch this past week were the same ones that did the week before. Bitter, Waubay, Stink, Big Stone, Dry Lake, and then I'll say Dry Lake by Willow Lake, Dry Lake by Clark, as well as Florence, and then also Ponset, Thompson, a few being caught at Whitewood, and then also 81 ponds. Now, what have people been doing? Again, nothing real fancy. A lot of dead sticking going on, but a little bit of jigging. The Northland eyeball spoon, again, nothing new. But again, this is one of those that have been working quite well. And then also a tungsten spoon that we have been talking about in previous years from Widowmaker, the Slab Seeker spoon. Say that 2 times fast, the Slab Seeker spoon. It's made of tungsten, and so when the perch bite and the school comes through, you can get down there as quick as possible. So again, make sure you stop in and take a look at these lures, and then what they're using for bait, tipping it with waxworms, minnow heads, and then also red and white maggots have worked as well. In this week's edition of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about 2 different things. One of them we just got in, and I want to bring it to your attention. Our vests, the Blackfish vests that we've co-branded with Blackfish, they've been extremely popular, to say the least. We've had different colors in, and now we just have the dark brown in right now. Again, this has been proving to be a very popular color, to say the least. We have them on sale for 85 bucks. These things are unbelievably warm. They also have a hood. It's not a flotation type of vest, but still at the same time, it will keep you warm, and it's a nice looking vest. You can take it out, wear it when you go out to eat or whatever. So stop on by, or also check it out online at dakotaangler.com. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is we did this earlier this year during the open water season. We're going to have a Dakota Angler Bump Board contest again. Here's the bump board. Nice looking bump board to say the least. This is the 36-inch version. We also have a larger version if you want to buy that. But for $30, you can get this nice metal bump board. And you need to have this to participate in our bump board contest. Now the bump board contest will take off, will start February 1st and run throughout the entire month of February. What you need to do is you need to take a photo with the fish on the bump board showing me how large that actually is. We're going to do a division for perch as well as walleye. Last year, during the spring I should say, we only did one for walleye, but this year we're going to do one during the ice season for perch and walleye. So again, you need to have a Dakota Angler Bump Board to participate in this free contest. And we're going to give out prizes for the top 3 in each division. We haven't decided what those prizes are, but you're getting something for free. All you need to do is have one of these for $30, and you can participate in the Dakota Angler Bump Board contest beginning February 1st and running throughout the entire month of February for the biggest perch as well as the biggest walleye, the top 3 in each category. If you have any questions about this, feel free to give us a call or stop on by, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, all you have to do is send it to me, and you can do so by sending it to todd@dakotaangler.com. And before we end this week's report, I want to remind you that, folks, this is your ice fishing headquarters right here at Dakota Angler at 1120 East Benson Road, or at dakotaangler.com if you can't make it to the store. But as you can see behind me, we have plenty of tackle on hand. We're not like some of the big box stores that once it's gone, it's gone. We continue to restock. We reorder to make sure that you're getting what you want and what's hot out there as far as the fish bite is concerned. So again, make sure you stop on by, take advantage of some great sales on some of the shacks and augers and clothing, you name it. And always remember, we won't get beat. We'll price match anything, but really most of the time we don't have to worry about that because others are price matching us. So keep that in mind. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report for Dakota Angler. I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on! We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy and always stay safe.